Welcome to this video. I'm Professor Hinton. Today we're going to go through on the video how to read a text file using Python. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing, here's the folder that I'm going to create the program in. So once you have this file spec here, file specification, click up here on your path, type in CMD for command, press enter, and this will take you right to your command line. So we're in the same place as we were in Windows Explorer. I'm going to type in code space dot, and this will bring up Visual Studio Code, the correct directory, which is empty right now. Do a new file, call this read file.py. Make sure you have the py extension so it knows it's a Python, and this brings us into our editor. A command to check for a main function. If main function is found, go to it. So if underscore underscore name underscore underscore finds, if it equals, which is a double equality sign, main, and this main needs to be in quotes and it needs to have underscores on each side of it, then go to main. Now right now there is no main function. We're going to create a main function and make sure you put it above the line below. So we'll just kind of create functions on top of functions and work our way up. We'll create the functions we need. This will be start program at main. We are a main function, so we'll define our main function with empty parentheses. Inside main, let's put some notes in here, which is triple quotes. This is the program driver function. You'll see this term a lot in computer science, driver function. That means the kind of the function that one function to control them all. That's what the driver function kind of does. It calls other functions and kind of runs the program. First thing I want to do is to get the file contents. So put a to do in here. Get file contents. And then let's put another to do in here. This will be display file contents on the screen. Let's create these functions now. First one is going to be to get the file contents. So we'll define a function. We'll call it get file content. We'll pass it a file spec, which stands for file specification. File specification usually means any path and file put together as a file specification. So it specifies where the file is at and what the file is. Of course, this file spec is a name that you can use, or you can use a different name. Banana would work. It would be fine. So this is not a keyword. That's what I'm trying to get at. The colon there. There we are. Create a file handle so we can open the file. So I'm just going to do my file handle to let you know this is not a keyword either. And we're going to open the file spec, which is the variable we're passing in. We're going to open it to read. Put in the text. We're going to put a little more information up here. Open the text file to read only. There we are. Now grab the contents of this file. We need somewhere to hold it. So we'll create a variable. And so we'll work with file handle to actually read in. Don't forget the open and close parens. Read in the data from the file. This will read everything from the file and it'll stuff it into contents of file. I'm going to return the contents of the file. I'm going to make another note up here. When you're talking about your function and putting in comments about it, the Python way, the Pythonic way, is to put in 3 single quotes on each side or 3 double quotes. Either is okay. All right, so let's go ahead and call this now. We're going to get the file contents, but we have to put it somewhere. I'm going to call this the raw data from file. We get raw data from file. It's asking for the file spec. So go ahead and create the file spec and assign a value to it. And the file spec in this case, it's going to call it data file.text. Now Python can open binary files, but we're just opening a text file. This is done. So I'm going to change this, get file content. And now we want to display contents to the screen. So I'm going to create another function for that. Define display content to screen. We need to pass in the content to display. We're going to use that to print the content out to the screen. Content variable, whatever value is in there, will display it to the screen. I think we are ready to go now and test this program out. We will definitely need a file. I did prepare one. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this in. There we go. So I dragged and dropped that file from a different folder that I already had ready, and I just dragged and dropped the file into the Explorer. Here are the contents of that file. Go into Read File, Program. Go ahead and run this now. And there it is. It's displaying the contents perfectly of the file. It's quite a large text file. And it's displaying the contents, happens to be about Mars exploration, which is super cool. Thank you for watching.